Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1946 United States wheat penny, a humble 1-cent coin that marked America's return to peace after World War. This little copper piece isn't just money, it's a symbol of hope, recovery, and a new beginning for millions of Americans. So join me as we uncover the full history, unique features, mint marks, and collector value of this iconic 1946 wheat penny, a small coin with a big story to tell. Top 3 first up. The 1946 United States wheat penny stands as a remarkable symbol of post-war optimism and industrial revival in America. Struck just 1 year after the conclusion of World War II, this humble copper coin captured a nation's transition from conflict to peace. While it may appear as just another cent in circulation, the 1946 wheat penny represents a deeper story, one of resilience, innovation, and the American spirit rebuilding after years of wartime sacrifice. In 1946, the United States was emerging from the shadows of World War. The economy was shifting from military to civilian production, soldiers were returning home, and industries were retooling to meet the needs of a growing peacetime population. The U.S. Mint, too, was adjusting to this new era. The previous wartime pennies of 1943 had been made of steel due to copper shortages, but by 1946, the classic bronze alloy had returned. This change alone made the 1946 penny a reassuring symbol of normalcy for millions of Americans. The 1946 wheat penny was composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, continuing the pre-war metal mixture used in most Lincoln cents. Its return to a rich copper color marked a significant shift from the gray, steel-based cents of 1943. Each coin weighed approximately 3.11 grams and measured 19.05 millimeters in diameter. These physical attributes restored the familiar look and feel of the coin that Americans had cherished since 1909. The design of the 1946 wheat penny continued the timeless artistry of Victor David Brenner, the sculptor who first introduced the Lincoln cent design in 1909. On the obverse, the coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a tribute to one of the most respected figures in American history. The reverse showcases 2 stylized wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design, affectionately known as the wheat ears, remained in use until 1958, symbolizing prosperity, growth, and the nation's agricultural roots. The 1946 wheat penny was struck at 3 U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia mint produced the largest quantity, while Denver and San Francisco struck smaller numbers. The presence or absence of a mint mark on the coin's obverse just below the date helps collectors determine its origin and relative rarity. Each version has its own charm and varying value depending on its condition and scarcity. Production for the 1946 Lincoln cent was immense. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 991 million coins, while Denver contributed around 315 million and San Francisco added approximately 198 million. Altogether, over 1.5 billion 1946 pennies entered circulation, a staggering figure that demonstrates the mint's capacity and the public's need for small change in the booming post-war economy. Despite the large mintage, several fascinating error coins exist from 1946. Collectors have identified off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and clip planchets among the varieties. These errors, while accidental, make some 1946 wheat pennies worth far more than face value. Of particular interest are the RPM mint mark varieties from the Denver Mint, where the D appears doubled due to misalignment during production. Like all collectible coins, the 1946 wheat penny's value heavily depends on its grade and condition. Circulated examples are typically common and hold modest value, but uncirculated pieces with strong luster and minimal marks can command premium prices. Coins graded or higher are especially sought after by numismatists, especially those with brilliant red RD surfaces, which indicate the original copper color remains intact. While not considered rare in general circulation, the 1946 wheat penny has long been a favorite among collectors for completing Lincoln cent sets. Many hobbyists start their coin collections with wheat pennies because they are affordable, historically meaningful, and widely available. The 1946 issue represents the early post-war years, making it an essential piece for anyone documenting the Lincoln series chronologically. In today's market, the 1946 wheat penny's value ranges from 1 to 5 cents in circulated condition, reflecting its abundance. However, mint state red examples graded by professional services like our NGC can be worth $10 to $50, and exceptional specimens with perfect luster and no visible marks can exceed $100 or more. Error coins, as mentioned, may sell for several $100s depending on rarity and demand. After years of metal rationing during the war, the 1946 pennies returned to copper alloy carried deep symbolic meaning. For many Americans, it wasn't just about the metal, it represented the return of stability, the end of scarcity, and the beginning of post-war prosperity. The gleaming copper coins jingling in pockets were small reminders that peace had tangible rewards. By 1946, the Lincoln Wheat Penny had already been in circulation for nearly 4 decades, yet it remained immensely popular. The portrait of Lincoln was instantly recognizable and deeply respected. Its simple yet elegant reverse design made it one of the most iconic coins in American history, admired not only for its aesthetic beauty, but also for its connection to American values of freedom, unity, and perseverance. The 1946 Wheat Penny marked the beginning of the final decade for the wheat reverse design. In 1959, the U.S. Mint would replace it with the Lincoln Memorial design, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Thus, the 1946 issue sits historically in the later phase of the wheat series, a time when the penny was still made of high-quality metal and carried meaningful artistic integrity. In everyday life, the 1946 Wheat Penny was a silent companion to the booming post-war economy. It passed hands in grocery stores, diners, movie theaters, and gas stations, places filled with optimism and rebuilding. It was the coin of a nation rediscovering joy, consumer freedom, and prosperity after years of sacrifice. Each cent was a tiny piece of that recovery story. Today, the 1946 Wheat Penny remains a gateway coin for new collectors and a nostalgic treasure for seasoned numismatists. Its affordability allows beginners to explore coin collecting without high costs, while advanced collectors pursue high-grade examples, rare varieties, or full mint mark sets. The coin's charm lies not in its rarity, but in its story, a story of a nation healing, producing, and thriving again. The 1946 United States Wheat Penny is more than just a small bronze coin. It's a relic of American perseverance and renewal. From its copper glow to its historic Lincoln portrait, every detail tells a story of victory, peace, and progress. Whether tucked inside a collector's album or resting in an old drawer, the 1946 penny continues to shine as a timeless piece of American history, a simple cent with a priceless legacy. Next up, the 1951 Wheat Penny holds a cherished place in American numismatic history as one of the classic Lincoln cents from the century. Struck during the post-World War era, this coin reflects the economic optimism and industrial strength of the United States in the early 1950s. While it may appear as a simple 1-cent piece, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny carries immense historical and sentimental value for collectors, representing a time when the penny still held real purchasing power in daily life. The coin's obverse features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this portrait has become one of the most recognizable depictions of any U.S. president on coinage. Lincoln's dignified profile facing right, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1951, symbolize the enduring ideals of faith, freedom, and unity that define the American spirit. The reverse of the 1951 Wheat Penny continues Brenner's original design, featuring 2 stylized wheat stalks encircling the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above, the phrase EPLURIBUSUNUM translates to "out of many, one," emphasizing the unity of the nation. This reverse design was used from 1909 until 1958 and remains a favorite among collectors because of its simplicity and nostalgic appeal, often referred to as the wheat ear reverse. In 1951, the United States Mint produced the Lincoln Wheat Penny at 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia Mint struck the largest quantity with over 284 million coins, while Denver produced around 625 million, and San Francisco approximately 136 million. These high mintages reflected the strong demand for circulating coinage during America's post-war economic boom. The 1951 pennies were made primarily of bronze, a composition consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This alloy had been used since 1909, except during World War when the 1943 steel cents temporarily replaced bronze to conserve copper for wartime materials. The return to bronze after 1944 symbolized a restoration of normalcy and stability. Each 1951 penny weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter, adhering to standard specifications of the Lincoln cent series. Visually, the 1951 wheat penny stands out for its classic reddish-brown or brown toning, though well-preserved examples can exhibit vibrant red luster. Coins that have retained their original mint brilliance are particularly sought after by collectors. However, because so many were produced, most circulated examples are common and affordable, making the 1951 penny an ideal entry point for beginner collectors of Lincoln cents. Despite its common status, the 1951 wheat penny holds significance due to its historical context. The early 1950s marked a period of rapid industrial growth, suburban expansion, and rising consumerism in America. The humble penny, used daily in stores and soda fountains, became a symbol of everyday American life. It passed through countless hands, linking generations in a shared national experience of prosperity and progress. The Denver Mint's 1951 D penny is the most plentiful of the three, often found in circulation even today. However, certain die varieties and mint errors make some of these coins exceptionally valuable. Errors such as double dies mint marks or off-center strikes can dramatically increase a coin's value. Collectors especially prize 1951 D RPM examples, which show a clear secondary D mark over the original. The San Francisco Mint's 1951 S penny, though minted in smaller quantities, tends to exhibit weaker strikes compared to its Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. Nevertheless, it remains popular for those assembling complete sets of Lincoln cents by mint mark. Well-struck 1951 S coins with sharp details and original red surfaces are far scarcer and command a premium in the numismatic market. The Philadelphia minted 1951 pennies, lacking a mint mark, were widely distributed across the eastern United States. While they are abundant in lower grades, finding examples in pristine mint state condition is more challenging. Collectors value these coins most when they display full, lustrous surfaces and minimal contact marks, reflecting careful preservation over decades. Market values for 1951 wheat pennies vary widely depending on condition and mint mark. In average circulated grades, these coins are typically worth between 5 to 20 cents. However, in higher uncirculated grades, MS65 or above, values can reach $5 to $20 for common issues, with gem-quality red specimens sometimes exceeding $50. Rare mint errors or high-end certified examples can sell for hundreds of dollars in specialized auctions. A particularly interesting aspect of the 1951 penny is its connection to the pre-Lincoln Memorial era. The wheat reverse design was nearing the end of its long production run, as the Lincoln Memorial reverse would replace it in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. Thus, the 1951 cent represents one of the later issues of the beloved wheat design, bridging America's mid-century history and the coming modern era of coinage. For collectors, the 1951 wheat penny offers a tangible link to American heritage. Whether discovered in an old coin jar, inherited from a family collection, or found at a coin show, each piece carries decades of history. Its presence in circulation during the Korean War, the early Cold War years, and the dawn of television culture gives it a unique place in the timeline of American society. The enduring appeal of the 1951 Lincoln cent lies not only in its copper beauty but also in its symbolism. Abraham Lincoln's portrait reminds collectors and citizens alike of values such as honesty, leadership, and unity, principles that continue to inspire generations. The wheat stalks, representing agriculture and hard work, serve as a tribute to America's farming roots and economic resilience. In numismatic circles, building a complete Lincoln wheat penny collection is considered a classic challenge, and the 1951 issues, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, are essential components. Their affordability, variety, and historical importance make them perfect for both novice and seasoned collectors seeking to appreciate America's coinage legacy. Ultimately, the 1951 United States wheat penny is far more than a simple 1-cent coin. It's a relic of post-war optimism, craftsmanship, and national pride. Its design, history, and accessibility ensure that it will remain a beloved collectible for decades to come. Holding one in your hand is like holding a small piece of mid-century America, a time when every penny truly mattered and carried a story of its own. Next up, the 1952 D wheat penny is one of the most fascinating coins in the Lincoln wheat cent series, representing a period in American history marked by economic growth and post-war optimism. Struck at the Denver Mint in 1952, this coin holds a special place among collectors for its beautiful design, solid mintage, and historical significance. The D mint mark, located below the date on the obverse side, signifies its origin at the Denver Mint, one of the three primary U.S. mints producing coins during that time. The 1952 D penny remains a reminder of America's industrial boom and the golden age of coinage craftsmanship. The obverse of the 1952 D wheat penny features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Brenner's design was revolutionary because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The words "In God We Trust" appear at the top of the coin, Liberty on the left, and the year 1952 with the D mint mark just below it. This side symbolizes Lincoln's lasting legacy of honesty, leadership, and dedication to the American people. On the reverse side, the 1952 D wheat penny carries the classic wheat ears design, two curved stalks of wheat bordering the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above these words appears the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one. This design represents the strength and unity of the United States, especially significant during the early years of the Cold War when national identity and unity were vital to the American spirit. The Denver Mint produced an impressive total of 746,130,000 Lincoln wheat pennies in 1952. This large mintage ensured that these coins were widely circulated across the nation, used daily by millions of Americans. Despite their abundance, finding high-quality uncirculated or mint-state examples today is challenging, as many coins from this era were used extensively and suffered wear over time. The 1952 D is not considered rare in circulated condition, but pristine examples with sharp details and vibrant red luster can be highly desirable. During the early 1950s, the United States was entering a period of economic expansion following the hardships of World War II and the Great Depression. Coins like the 1952 D wheat penny played a major role in daily commerce, used to buy newspapers, candies, or a loaf of bread. The penny was more than just money. It was a symbol of American prosperity and stability. People trusted the Lincoln cent as a reliable and familiar piece of their everyday lives. The composition of the 1952 D wheat penny remained the same as earlier Lincoln cents made after 1909, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This copper-rich alloy gives the coin its distinctive reddish-brown appearance, which can vary depending on how it has been stored or circulated. Over time, oxidation can turn these coins brown or even dark chocolate in tone. However, uncirculated red examples retain their bright copper glow and are the most sought after by collectors. In terms of design and craftsmanship, the 1952 D penny reflects the fine engraving quality typical of mid-century U.S. coinage. Victor D. Brenner's original design was still in use more than 4 decades after its creation, demonstrating its timeless appeal. While minor variations occurred in strike sharpness depending on die wear and maintenance, Denver Mint coins were generally well made, with bold details on Lincoln's hair, cheek, and the wheat stalks. From a historical standpoint, the 1952 D wheat penny captures a moment in American history when the nation was transitioning from wartime sacrifice to peacetime prosperity. The Korean War was ongoing, and the Cold War tensions were intensifying, yet on the home front, the American dream was thriving. Coinage from this era tells the story of a nation filled with optimism and determination, values that Lincoln himself represented so profoundly. Collecting the 1952 D wheat penny offers both historical and numismatic rewards. For beginners, it's a relatively affordable entry into the world of Lincoln cents, while advanced collectors often seek high-grade examples certified by professional grading services like or NGC. These coins are graded on a scale, with mint state MS, grades of red or higher commanding premium prices due to their beauty and rarity. Circulated grades, the 1952 D wheat penny is common and typically worth between 5 to 15 cents, depending on its condition. However, uncirculated examples with full red color can range from $3 to $10, and high-end graded coins in red have sold for over $300 to $500 at auction. Exceptional specimens with perfect luster, no carbon spots, and full strike details are prized treasures in any Lincoln cent collection. Some error varieties of the 1952 D wheat penny add extra intrigue for collectors. Known errors include die cracks, off-center strikes, mint marks, and die clashes. These minting mistakes are relatively rare and can significantly increase the coin's value. A well-known example is the 1952 D mint mark, where the D appears doubled due to second impression from the minting die. Collectors value these varieties for their uniqueness and visual interest. The Denver Mint, responsible for producing the 1952 D wheat penny, was one of the busiest mints during the century. Located in Colorado, it had been striking coins since 1906 and was renowned for its efficiency and precision. By 1952, it played a vital role in meeting the nation's coinage needs as the U.S. population and economy grew rapidly. Each 1952 D cent thus represents the legacy of the Denver Mint's contribution to American coinage. Over time, many 1952 D wheat pennies were lost, melted, or heavily circulated, making uncirculated examples much scarcer today. Coin hoarders in the 1950s and 1960s occasionally set aside rolls of these pennies, which later became valuable to collectors. Today, coin enthusiasts search through old rolls, estates, and collections in hopes of finding a brilliant uncirculated 1952 D penny with its original red luster intact. The 1952 D wheat penny is also appreciated for its connection to the end of an era. The wheat reverse design would only remain in use until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Therefore, coins like the 1952 D represent the closing chapters of America's classic wheat cent era, a design beloved for its simplicity and symbolism of growth and prosperity. Even after more than 7 decades, the 1952 D wheat penny continues to capture the imagination of collectors and historians alike. It stands as a tribute to the artistry of Victor David Brenner, the craftsmanship of the Denver Mint, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Each coin carries within it a small but meaningful piece of America's economic and cultural story. In conclusion, the 1952 D wheat penny is not merely a small copper coin. It is a historical artifact that connects us to the optimism and resilience of mid-century America. Whether admired for its design, collected for its rarity, or treasured as a link to the past, this coin embodies the enduring spirit of the United States. For collectors, holding a 1952 D wheat penny is like holding a moment in time, one that continues to shine brightly, much like the ideals it represents.